something you want to do every single day. No one wants to see that, rainbows and butterflies every day, right? But they want to see that it's consistent. They want to see that you're working on your personal growth because people are watching you, are they not?
Yes.
So every 3 to 4 days, you need to be posting something that's either positive, personal development, or vague. Write that in capital letters, bold, get your highlighters out, highlight it, underline it, circle it, do everything, write it down a few times. You want to be vague. So, if you are somebody that just gets involved with the opportunity, you get so excited that you create a triangle of health cover photo and a profile photo of the sunrise bottle. It's a pretty photo though. It's got sunshine, it's on top of rocks, it's pretty, okay? And you immediately change your job description to, Kayani Independent Distributor. You need to take that off, ASAP. I did not even, still to this day as a Blue Diamond, I rarely post anything Kayani, okay? People still don't know what I'm doing. And that's huge. Am I ashamed by any means? No, we work for one of the most incredible company in the entire industry, okay? That's for sure. But I want to make sure that I'm leading an example to my brand new business partners. Because if they're just getting involved and I'm posting product information all over my page and Kayani this and Kayani that and hashtag changing lives, hashtag triangle of health, hashtag ask me how, hashtag join my business and things like that, that is going to duplicate down to my entire organization. Does that make sense? So every 3 to 4 days, something simple, something vague, something positive, things like lifestyle posts, picture of me and Tim Tran, selfie, smile. Okay, sitting at a Starbucks or having dinner or having lunch saying, wow, I'm so incredibly blessed because of this new opportunity that crossed my path just a couple weeks ago. I'm able to spend more time with those that I love, period. No, hashtag blessed is okay, but nothing too crazy because people want that lifestyle. They're gonna reach out to you and say, what are you doing? I wanna spend more time with my friends, with my family. If you guys have kids, take little videos of them running around the living room playing with toys or at the play something and say, wow, I'm so blessed that within the next, 6 months to a year, because of the opportunity that just crossed my path, I'm gonna be able to spend every single waking day with my children. Things like that, period. Nothing more than that. So nothing consistent lifestyle posts. I'm almost done, I promise. Another thing, this is a really good example. I had a young lady who's not in my business, who's actually within Team Fusion, reached out to me and said, hey, I have been reaching out to so many people, and I don't know why, but all the men, they always end up just hitting on me. I'm like, oh man, that's crazy, that's crazy. So I was like, well, let me check this chick out. So I look at her, I click on her profile, okay? And we're all adults in here, right? Any children? We're good? So her profile photo is nothing but chest. Okay? So, obviously she's gonna get hit on, right? So you wanna make sure that your social media is professional because you will be addressed how you're dressed. Okay? 100%. So just make sure you're consistent, positive, you're uplifting people, you're staying vague, and that you keep your social media professional. Who in here likes to party? Be honest. Who likes to party? Drinks every now and then, dance, shuffle, Shani. That's what it's called, right? Perfect. That's fine, but keep it classy. No one needs to see all of that all over your social media, chugging bottles and things like that, popping bottles. The only bottles you need to be popping are sunrise bottles. Okay? So, I hope that helps some of you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic and we'll move on.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. Wasn't that an incredible answer? That was good. Yes. So some of the things to highlight, guys. Don't be a Kayani advertisement and write Kayani all over your cover photo and your body paragraphs and your statuses. Does that make sense? And, in closing too, I'll add, you want to ask yourself, if you were to look at your Facebook, if you didn't know who you were, you should ask yourself, would I be somebody worth following? Would I follow myself if I saw my own Facebook, right? So ask yourself that. So can we please give it back to Mrs. Mendoza? So the next question is from Mr. Scott Stevens, our newly promoted Green Diamond. Mr. Scott Stevens, I don't know how you do this for how young you are, but they asked you this question. They said, How do you appeal to an older crowd, specifically the baby boomers?
I'm the older crowd. But no, get y'all involved. How many is over the age of 50? Just raise your hand, be honest. Guys, I'll tell you, congratulations. You've been kicked down and you got up. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. You look around the room, us older people, we need the younger ones like y'all just as much as y'all need us. Guys, the way I approach the older bunch, and including myself, is we're at the age of life where we want that stability. We want to be retired, but we want the better health. I can assure you, since I start counting, I will give every young man in here a run for their money. It's not matter how old I am on the outside, it's how young I am on the inside. And that's how I sell it, because they have been gave or pushed down their throat everything out there that they can be offered for older people to have a better life. And we know it don't work. People are tired of hearing that at my age. I don't want to hear it. You know, I was very skeptical when I first started at Kiani. Actually, it took 6 months before I started. And once I started, I couldn't kick my own self because I was on high blood pressure. I was high cholesterol. And once I started taking the Kiani, what happened? I got off the medication. That's what you got to do with the older people. When they're taking medications, what do they take? They take one, but they take three because it's got to counteract what they're taking. So they sound like a maraca when they walk around. So when we care and share, just like we have from the very beginning, you show that passion to the older people. You show you're valuable, you show them that they're still worth something in this life. They're not giving up on them because they're still valuable to our community. So you share and carry that product and you do a follow-up, not 7 days later, not 4 days later. I do it every day because I want to show them they can trust in me and I'm honest. So it doesn't matter what age you are, you can get that baby boomer. My son got me, and it's changed my life, and I guarantee it can change their life too.
All right, thank you so much. Can you guys hear me? Good deal. All right, who here has parents? Show of hands. Parents. Do you love your parents? Yes, you have. Yes. Give them the products. Okay, give them the products. All right, so the next question is for Ms. Heidi Stallard. So, Ms. Heidi Stallard, you know, they said, people always say follow the system, and everybody says that that's the secret to this business. Follow the system, follow the system, follow the system, right? Well, Ms. Heidi Stallard, what is the system?
Awesome. So, this is something that it took me a really long time to figure out, and it should not have been that way because I was looking in all the wrong places. So, for you guys, the system, if you're already in the business, the system is plugging into the calls, getting to the events, sending out the webinars, doing the things that we've already put in place for you to do. Now, when you're talking to people, I always like to say, if that's the system if you're in the business and you're a distributor. In order for you to win, you have to do those things. You have to get on the calls, you have to get trained, you have to come to events like this. I would be lying to you if I said that you could go $1 million and beyond if you didn't get to these events. So if you guys are wanting real financial freedom, you have to. You will literally, leadership lid will cap out. You will not be able to grow unless you get to these events. You know, Kiani, we say it all the time. It's like a workout program. If you work it, it works out. Plenty of people have gym memberships, but it's the ones who go to the gym that actually get the results. And this business is the same way. You have to show up. You have to put in the work. That's the system. Getting to the events, doing the trainings, and reaching out to people in the way that we teach you guys to. But then there's also the other way of like, follow the system on talking to people. And that was what I was a little bit unclear about. So I always tell people there's really 4 steps to kind of inviting somebody and following the system. The first step is that you pique their interest. You do not present. You want to be a 30-second commercial for a movie, and don't tell the ending. I always tell people your presentation and your invitation should never, ever overlap. So the first step is that you pique their interest. The second step is that you want to send them some sort of link or some kind of information, a third-party tool. So step 2, you can put link or a third-party tool, some kind of video. It could even be a product. It could be, maybe they saw you on like a Facebook Live or something like that, promoting lifestyle, and you guys got to talking about lifestyle. Maybe you sent them, maybe the Lee's lifestyle video or Saran Khan's lifestyle video, something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be always about the business, but you have to get them in front of some kind of information that's not you. Your friends do not know you as, they did not know me as Heidi, the professional network marketer and health and wellness coach. No, absolutely not. They knew me as Heidi, the bartender. And so for me to try to sit there and tell them about anything, they were like, in one ear, out the other, didn't want anything to do with it. But when I could play a video or get them to try the product or something like that, bam, done. I am no longer in the picture. They can evaluate it for themselves. And when you try to tell somebody everything, it makes them go into this defense mode that they have to almost argue with you, or they think, people like to think that they're right. They like to think that, they like to be critical. Most people have developed a negative mindset. Step 3 is then you want to get into edification. So you want to pique their interest, share a third-party tool, edify. And this can be, if you're getting them on a 3-way call, we should all know, and if you don't know, we're going to go over that today, but edification is simply talking, looking for the good in somebody else, putting them on a pedestal so that person respects them. But even if you're not doing like a 3-way call or a 2-on-1 or whatever, you can edify the events. Like whenever I first got started in the business, I learned that once I had somebody already interested after showing them a third-party tool, that I could literally edify an event. I would be like, hey, this event's going to be so amazing. We're going to have all of the top earners in the company. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to go over exactly the right way to make a lot of money and show you how to help a lot of people. And I would edify the event in that way. And so people naturally would want to. Now, put a big star by step 3 because that's the step that people miss the most. They forget to edify the event, the leader, the business, the product, whatever the case may be. They forget to edify it. And if you forget to do that, you are missing like a huge piece of the pipeline. You have to edify. And then the last thing would be to expose them. So even though you've already shown them some sort of third-party tool, it's always, not always, but majority of the time, it's going to take somebody more than one exposure to get started. If you got started after seeing it if you had to see it 2 or more times for you to get started, raise your hand. I would say a majority of the room, their hands went up. And so you have to expose them. And when I say, so you edify and then you expose, and this can be a number of different things. It can be a 3-way call. It can be a 2-on-1. It could be that they're trying the product. It could be a DFY event. It could be a phone call. It can be maybe another webinar. It doesn't matter. That's how you would expose them. So that's how you get to those last few steps of actually getting them in front of the information. Make sense? Yes. Cool.
Wow. I hope you guys are taking notes. Those 4 steps. It's incredible. Okay, now final question, Miss Carissa. Okay. How do you keep yourself accountable?
Okay, so for time purposes, I'm just going to keep this one super quick. To keep myself accountable, one of the things that I had to learn about this business is that I am a independent business owner. I'm not a dependent business owner, right? So being an independent business owner meant I needed to take responsibility and ownership of my own business. So what I did is I sat down and I said, you know what is it that I want to do and what is it that I want to achieve, right? So first it has to begin with you, and you've got to know where it is that you're going so that you can hold other people accountable, right? And so then after that, I basically reached out to my mentorship and my leadership, and I said, hey, this is what my goals are going to be, X, Y, and Z. Will you be able to hold me accountable, right? And so guys, I just encourage you to be that person that reaches out to your outline. Don't expect for them, to always necessarily call you or to reach out to you. But it's kind of like whenever you are working out or you're doing weight loss challenges, you usually always try to do it with a buddy system so that they can hold you accountable. And so do that in your business and check in with your person every single day. Even if it's a conference call, like, we're on boot camp calls pretty much like every single night. where you call your person or you call that person that, you know, that is your accountability partner